Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. Today, we are diving deep into the state of AI. And wow, is it moving fast. It's really evolving from just a tool on our screens into a force that is physically reshaping our world, and maybe even reshaping us. So what does AI actually look like right now, in 2025? Let's get into it.
So here's the game plan. We're going to start with the AI you already know, the one right there on your screen. Then we'll follow it out into the physical world to look at the new gadgets showing up in our homes and the absolutely massive hidden footprint that powers it all. And finally, we'll get into how AI is changing us and ask the big question, what kind of future are we really building here?
All right, let's jump right in with part one, our daily AI interactions. This is the stuff we're all getting super familiar with, right? The AI that pretty much lives on our phones and our laptops. And, that familiarity is getting complicated. Just look at this quote from Mashable. AI-generated video is scary good. It wasn't that long ago you could spot the fakes, right? You'd look for the mangled six-fingered hands or the weird warped faces. But those days are pretty much over.
So I gotta ask, can you still spot the fake? I mean, have you seen those videos of the super cute bunnies doing flips on a trampoline? Or what about that kangaroo wearing an emotional support vest? Our feeds are just flooded with this stuff, and it's getting millions and millions of views. The line between what's real and what's made by a machine is getting blurrier by the second, which means our own skills at spotting this stuff have to get way, way better.
So what can you do? Well, you have to become a bit of a detective. Pay attention to the little things AI still messes up, like physics that just feel a little off, or text in the background that looks like gibberish. And here's a huge one. Check the source. If an account is just churning out dozens of these similar viral-style clips one after another, that is a massive red flag that you're probably looking at an AI content farm.
Our relationship with AI is getting deeper than just the content we watch. We are actually forming connections. I mean, when OpenAI recently swapped out one of the voices in GPT-4o, people were genuinely upset. There was this huge backlash because they missed the personality of the old voice. It really shows we're not just seeing these things as tools anymore. We're, developing feelings for them.
And that attachment, well, it's not an accident. It's being designed. The major chatbots are now built to learn about us. ChatGPT has its memory feature, and Gemini has personal context. What that means is they remember things you've talked about before, your projects, your preferences. They're not just answering one-off questions anymore. They're actually getting to know you.
Okay, so AI is getting personal on our screens, but now it's starting to step out of the screen and into our actual homes as real physical hardware.
And this is where things get really interesting. We are on the verge of a whole new wave of AI devices. We're talking smart glasses from Samsung, totally new ideas like gesture-controlled drones. Apple's even said to be working on a table-talk robot that can literally follow you around the room. The bottom line here, AI is about to become a very real, very physical presence in our lives. And listen, this is not some far-off sci-fi dream. Look at this timeline. We're expecting these new smart glasses and drones as early as 2026. That's just around the corner. And that ambitious tabletop robot from Apple, they're apparently targeting 2027. So this shift is happening really, really soon. But all of this incredible technology, the videos, the chatbots, those home robots, it all has to run on something, right? And that brings us to the part you don't see, the hidden engine of AI. We're talking about its enormous and mostly invisible physical footprint. To get a sense of the scale here, just look at that number. $500 billion. And that's the reported price tag for just one AI infrastructure project. It's called Stargate. This isn't just about building a few more server rooms. This is a colossal global build-out of what some experts are now calling AI factories. And these factories, they are incredibly hungry for power. Think about it. A single question you ask ChatGPT uses about 10 times more energy than a simple Google search. Now multiply that by the millions upon millions of queries happening every single day. The demand on our electrical grid is just staggering. And it's not just electricity. To keep all that hardware from overheating, these AI factories need a shocking amount of water for cooling. In 2023, Google's data centers in just one town in Iowa used 1.3 billion gallons of water. Meta used even more across all of its data centers. These are just mind-boggling amounts of a critical resource. And here's the crucial part. This enormous consumption isn't just happening. It's being actively encouraged. A recent White House action plan literally said, simply put, we need to build, baby, build. It calls for streamlining permits and even rolling back environmental regulations to get more data centers built faster. The push to dominate in AI is a major priority.
So AI is physically changing our planet. But at the same time, it's causing an equally profound transformation right up here, inside our own heads. Let's talk about how AI is changing us.
If I'm not human, what am I? That question comes from a TV show, but it sounds a lot less like science fiction these days, doesn't it? With companies like Neuralink working on brain-computer interfaces, that line between human consciousness and a machine, well, it's getting blurry. We're not uploading minds to androids yet, but the philosophical and ethical questions are already here. And AI is already having a real, measurable effect on our abilities. There's a concept for this. It's called de-skilling, and a recent study found something, frankly, alarming. Doctors who used AI to help them spot cancer actually got significantly worse at finding it on their own when the AI was taken away. Think about that. Our reliance on these tools could actually be weakening our own expertise.
All of this opens up a whole new can of worms for society. We've talked about media literacy, but what about privacy? When our AI companions learn our deepest secrets, where does that data go? And then there are the ethical boundaries. We're learning that some companies' internal policies have actually allowed their chatbots to have suggestive conversations with minors. We are navigating a total minefield of new challenges.
So, after all that, where is this train headed? That brings us to our final section. What is our AI future? We've kind of traced AI's entire journey in this explainer, haven't we? From this magical tool on our screen that can create art and talk to us, all the way to a massive, power-hungry physical network that spans the entire globe. And we've seen how all that tech is seeping into our lives, our jobs, and maybe even our most basic skills. So I want to leave you with this one thought. As we're building these incredible new systems, as we pour billions of dollars and trillions of gallons of water into making them bigger and smarter, and as they learn from our every single question and conversation, what are we learning about ourselves in the process? If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.